I went from being an IT customer care analyst to a network analyst level 3.
I went from working in the fire protection industry to being a network support analyst.
I was working in education, and now I'm a control room analyst for NASA.
I was a support manager at Walmart, and now I'm going to be support systems engineer.
Thanks to NextGen T.
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 I have successfully changed careers and am now happy in life and in my career.
I get to enjoy what I do and level up my career.
I can actually legitimately say right now that I have a career.
I have leveled up and I have the confidence I need as a network security engineer.
Leveled up to NASA, and I'm at max level.
Thanks to NextGen T, I am one step closer to achieving my dreams.
Landing me into my first IT position.
I'm actually an engineer. It's a title I've always wanted to have. Now I have it. I achieved it.
Able to have the drive and motivation to be able to enter the field.
Thanks to NextGen T.
Thanks to NextGen T.
Thanks to NextGen T.
Thanks NextGen T. I leveled up from a help desk position to a career in networking, and I couldn't have done it without you.
Yo, I guess there was like 13 seconds left before the stream was supposed to start, but that's all right. We're here. We're with you today. How y'all doing? It's lunchtime. I'm going to get some food ready. We're going to do some ASMR food videos today for this live stream. So I hope you guys are into the ASMR stuff and you're like so excited to hear me like eating food and watching me eat food. I'm just totally kidding because that stuff's just weird. I don't get it. But hey, whatever floats your boat. If that's what you're into, more power to you. That's not what we will be doing today. Today, we're talking about IT. That's information technology. And I want to help you guys. I want to help everybody. That's what we're here for. Anthony says, chew right into the mic. I will chew directly into I will like just sit right on top of the microphone. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. We won't do that. I don't want to do that. That would be weird, y'all. Only if you chew with your mouth open. No. Ooh. Let's see. We already got questions coming in, so let's go. It's lunchtime. I hope you guys are all enjoying your lunch. Maybe your lunch is over already because you're on the East Coast. Maybe you're on the West Coast and lunch hasn't even started yet. You're like, I've just been working for like an hour and a half today. Nah, you West Coasters, silly people. Just kidding. JR, does anyone know what the time frame is to be in a position for a career in IT? I understand this can't be answered fully. Currently studying the A+ and will then move on to Net Plus and Security Plus. Well, if you're studying for your A+ right now, start applying for entry-level jobs. Like right now, right this very second. Like stop watching this live stream and go out on Indeed.com, go out on LinkedIn, start applying for all of the jobs. Seriously. It's your best bet. How Windows Server admins need to change their career? What do you mean by that? Like, what do they need to do, like, going forward? I mean, everything is the cloud, yo. It's just the cloud. So get on the cloud. What's going on, Eunice? What's going on, buddy? How you doing? You like to... Buddy says he likes to pretend he's playing Rampage and chewing humans. I love that game. Rampage is a classic, for sure. Oh, that brings back so many memories. I love that game. John Harris, you've been watching for a long time. You're glad you finally got to catch me live. Woo! What's up? I'd love to get an IT with the aspirations to work remotely abroad. Your family is in the Philippines. Where do you start? Well, you start the same place everybody else starts, honestly. Just getting started any which way that you can. Like start diving deep into the technologies that you want to learn. Some of the things that you need to learn, you know, like A+. Like everything on the A+ is gold because it's just great information. I'm not telling you go out and take the A+ certification, although that is very helpful. It's still like overall the information that is shared there, I would say probably like 85% of it is actually relevant. What is Rampage? Brandon, are you serious right now? You don't know what Rampage is? Get out. There's no way. You're like as old as I am. There's no way you don't know what Rampage is. Stop screwing with me, bro. Stop screwing with me. I don't like it. Anyway, yeah, just get started, man. Get into the A+. Like that's going to be your best bet. From there, you can find the different technologies that you're interested in and start moving that way. Who am I? I am Root. I can't find my I am Root hat. Like that's very, very sad. Can't find. I think it's in the wash machine or just got washed. Anyway, sorry. Who am I? Hey, Zach, you've been doing pen testing, but you also want to learn bug bounty. Shall I be able to do that at the same time? One web fundamentals, etc. Or can you be overwhelmed? Yeah, you can absolutely be overwhelmed for sure. But you know, there's some things within like pen testing that like fall back to bug bounty, right? Like there's like a cross reference of material there. So you could kind of dive into the bug bounty part, you know, to some extent. But it really like it's like, what's your capacity? I can't answer that for you because I don't know like your level of like skill, your knowledge, how you retain things, the best way for you to learn things. The best bet is like when you start getting into the stuff, like when if you're like currently studying for pen testing, like whether it's the CEH or Pen Test Plus or OSCP, whatever, like there's going to be parts in there that like start talking more about like web pen testing. So you could start diving deeper into those aspects for sure. And there's tons of material out there on the internet that, you know, talk directly related to bug bounty and tell you, you know, give you tips and tricks on what to do and things to learn, et cetera, et cetera. I think, what's his name? Stoke. He's mainly on Twitch, I believe. I think he's on YouTube. No, maybe he's on YouTube. Stoke. Somebody in the chat can definitely throw a link to his channel, for sure. Ooh, this is a great question. So John Allen, thank you. How's the Get Fit movement going? I'm glad that you left that or you said that you asked that. Thank you for asking that because I need to post on LinkedIn today about that. Something very exciting that I can share about the Get Fit movement. I've been laying low. And I've done that intentionally, but the last month and a half or so has definitely been very trying for sure, especially in trying to just get fit. And I've been trying desperately to lower the intake of like just food consumption overall, and that was very, very difficult to do for me. But it's all a mind game, and I've been doing very well at that. And yesterday I went to the doctor, and she told me that I am the lightest I've been in over a year and a half. So she looked at my chart, and like looked back like over a year and a half ago. I didn't ask for the date. I should have. That would have been probably really important. But that's like pre-COVID weight. So I'm like, I'm stoked. Like I just couldn't, like, I got a little emotional. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, that's crazy. So yeah, I've lost some poundages. For sure. I've lost quite a bit of weight so far. So yeah, thank you for asking that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, Nada, we got a super chat here. Thank you very much for the super chat. Always appreciated. You got a voucher for the Net Plus, but your mind and soul is wanting for CCNA. Can't afford CCNA yet. Should you just buckle down and get the Net Plus first? If you have a voucher for it, absolutely go for it. A lot of what you're going to learn on the Net Plus will be helpful for your CCNA. CCNA is still much more valuable than the Net Plus as far as I'm concerned. But if you have a free voucher or you have a voucher that needs to be used, then get on it for sure. The Net Plus is still a valuable cert. It's just you can't compare it to the CCNA. But it's still a valuable cert. It still shows that you have skills, and there's companies that still require that certification. So for sure. Good luck to you. Oh, Brandon, you shut your mouth. You just don't even stop. Age is important for hiring. Well, some people are going to look at age and be like, meh, you're too old. And some people are going to be like, meh, you're too young. Like, you're always going to run across that. So like ageism and like any of the isms, right? Like we unfortunately as a society have to deal with that. Like, no matter how ridiculous and absurd it is, there's almost no getting around it to some point because some people are just stupid, really. Like, people are just stupid. So yeah, some people are going to look down on you because you're old, because you're young, and that's unfortunate. There's no, like I said, there's no getting around that. But age does not matter. Most people don't care. Like, I've hired old people before, older people, like people older than me. Like they were in their late 40s. So it's I mean, they showed me that they were interested. They showed me that they had the skills, like, and they had a lot of experience under the belt. Not IT experience specifically, but they just had a lot of experience. So they were a good fit. Like, that was like the best thing about it. It's like, this is an older person, but they were such a good fit for our team, and that's why we hired that person. I don't think anybody cared that they were like 48 years old or whatever the heck they were. Who cares? Whatever. What's up, Kev Runs on Duncan? How you doing, boss? I'm reading questions. Terrible at reading and trying to talk at the same time. It's not my thing. I see somebody put this. I believe in what I practice in the military. Age doesn't matter. It's all about the competency. I cannot say that one right now. Forget it. I give up. I hate when I look at words sometimes like that, and then I just like butcher them because I'm like, oh, it doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth, and now I just screwed it all up, and whatever. What's this? Writing a VPN is a hard thing? Is it important to know? What do you mean writing a VPN? I mean, VPN technology is a great thing, like, just the fundamentals of it. How does it work? Like, how do you support it? That's great stuff to know. Brandon Bowman, you're about to drop a good LinkedIn post. All right. What are you posting about on LinkedIn, brother? Anyway, I figured I'd do this live stream because I teased everybody earlier when I was testing. And now, like, that live stream is not available, but people obviously got the notifications. My bad. But I had to test something, and people showed up. And I was like, I should probably do a live stream and talk to people since they showed up earlier. Is cybersecurity actually short-staffed? Yeah. I mean, IT industry in general is short-staffed. Cybersecurity, oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. What group or resources are there for people mid-career? Like Next Gen T, like that's a great resource for people who are mid-career for sure. You want to become a network engineer? You want to work in cybersecurity? Next Gen T, great resource for sure. But there are tons of great resources. For people who are in like mid-career, the best thing that you guys could be doing is, getting involved in projects at your work. First of all, if you're not doing that, you're failing. Inserting yourself into as much as possible at work so you can actually have like some verifiable experience and things. Like, that's your best bet. But outside of that, building home labs, getting actual hands-on experience, doing CTFs, Hack the Box and Try Hack Me. Those are all great things to be doing. Getting certifications. Like, if you're in the middle of your career, like, you should be identifying the areas of interest for you. You should definitely have identified like the area that you want to start focusing on next or most, and start gearing up your skill set that way. Start getting certifications for that specific area. There's so much that you could do. JR, do you have a particular avenue in IT that you prefer or favor for future job prospects with the industry ever expanding? Cloud and security. I mean, that I favor, like, security for sure. But yeah, like, and then of course, like, programming development, those types of jobs are always needed. But yeah, I think somebody shared the other day, I think it was you, Steven Amador, shared like the cloud jobs are supposed to gain by like 115% in the next 3 years or something ridiculous like that. Come on, put your Discord channel up. What do you mean put my Discord channel up? What am I supposed to do with my Discord channel? You want me to tell people to go to the Discord channel? What? I don't know. Sorry, reading chat. So it's difficult. Franklin says, a junior system admin too far of a stretch for someone who has a little bit of time working in IT? I don't know your current skill set and knowledge. So I can't answer that. Junior systems admin, like that's like a job that you get, like you're going to be trained, right? Like you should have a lot of shadowing for those types of positions. Like any types of junior positions, typically like you're shadowing your more senior people when you're just starting out. You should still have a certain level of knowledge going into a junior sysadmin type of role, and that's like that knowledge, unfortunately, like usually is experience, like a year or two of experience. You know, some of these jobs are difficult to get into, like right out of the bat, like right off out of the gate. You know, it's not typical that somebody with little to no experience jumps right into a junior role or even just like a regular sysadmin role. It's almost unheard of. It happens though. You'll hear people say like, "Oh, that's how I started," and blah 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 blah. And it's because like you knew somebody, you were at the right place in the right time. But by no means, like most people are not qualified for those types of positions. Norvik says it's important to have a certificate like A+ or network security or just high school diploma is fine. You're thinking, as you say, start from hospital. What's first step without experience? I mean, the first step without experience, like you still just apply for all of the things, right? But having a certification is really like, that's like a bare minimum. And it's not necessarily a requirement. I'm not saying a certification is a requirement. I'm saying it's like a bare minimum of helping you get into the door. Like once you get a certification, you're like when you're applying for jobs, you're going to find that more and more people will reach out to you. Like that's just a fact. I'm not trying to share opinion here or anything like that. Like that's just the way that it is. Get a certification. People like seeing that you're certified. People don't like seeing that you have no experience, no degree, and no certifications, and you're going for a job in IT. Like if you have none of those, nobody's going to look at you. The very least that you can do is get a certification. Tell me I'm wrong, anybody. Like if somebody has different thoughts and opinions on that, please let me know. But that's like legit the very least. Now you could definitely start like networking with people and maybe you can get your foot in the door that way. That happens all the time. Is it recommended though? No. Especially just starting out. Like, oh my gosh, if you're just starting out in IT, and you utilize your network to get you a job and like you're just like you're not all there yet. Oh, that's difficult. We won't go into that conversation because I could probably go a while on that. But anyway, Marshall, well said about entry-level positions and certs. Thank you. Ben, you're starting an AS degree in computer information systems probably the summer. Do you have any tips for going forward? I mean, I worked in IT for like 20 years and I don't have a degree, so I can't really talk to you like in great detail about that. Just keep doing what you're doing. Get it, like a degree is fine. It's wonderful. But get hands-on experience. So start building your own home labs. I like repeat myself so many times. I'm sorry. But yeah, like build home labs, get experience on your own. A college degree is great, but you could really take advantage of having the college degree by actually doing things outside of whatever curriculum you're going through. Because I guarantee you whatever curriculum that you're going to be going through, even the summer, is like 2 years behind whatever's happening in the real world right this second. So your best bet while you're going through college is get hands-on, get certifications, and then of course get experience if you can, which it's possible. Internships, volunteer, so many different things. I hope that's helpful. Nicholas, what's your advice on building your brand, selling yourself, and building your network? That is a fantastic question. I have so much advice on that. I could probably spend like an entire live stream talking about building your brand and selling yourself. But LinkedIn is like the most valuable resource when it comes to building your brand, specifically in IT. Like LinkedIn, and it's so undervalued. Like nobody sees the value. I feel like I think a lot of people do. I shouldn't say nobody. A lot of people see the value, and a lot of people are starting to see the value in it. But I've been saying this for a couple of years now. The value that the value that LinkedIn has to not only building your brand, but increasing your job, like job search or job like placement percentage, like it goes up significantly. Get on LinkedIn, and this is something I share all the time, right? Like if you want to be anybody or anything, you start participating. Be part of the conversation, create the conversation, engage with everybody and everything as much and often as you can. That's your best bet. Then of course, like having your own website or YouTube channel or Twitch, whatever, like put out videos of things that you're doing, of things that you've, done in the past, of how-to videos, talk about your own home lab, like start putting things out there that showcase who you are and what it is that you're doing, why you're different, right? Like that's going to make you stand out. And I shared this last night, but I told people months ago, put out a video on LinkedIn, telling people like what it is that you do, what you're looking to do, and share some of the things that you've done. And one person did this, and that one person got a job because of that video. So literally, like after I put this video out saying, hey, if you want to get noticed and you want to do great, like do this on LinkedIn, create a video like this. One person did it. He got a job, like literally like a week or two after he did this video. He reached out to me. He's like, Zach, thank you so much for encouraging me to do this video. I just got this job, in a help desk position. And it's just like, it's crazy. It's like people are, and I understand, believe me, especially IT people are so shy and introverted, and you guys, for the most part, like don't think you need to put yourself out there. You can't put yourself out there. It's not possible, right? But no, it is possible, and you need to. Well, you don't need to, but if you really want to get ahead quickly, you need to. Like you could definitely do this without, utilizing LinkedIn, without trying to build a brand or a network. You can absolutely do it. It's going to take you much more time. I promise you that. So LinkedIn, huge resource for you getting started. Steven, you're going to start your YouTube channel. Will I mentor and guide you? No. I would love to, but I don't have the time. I'm sorry. You'll pay me in Shroot bucks and the occasional coffee. Maybe you got me at the coffee. Maybe. I don't know. No, still can't do it. Sorry, buddy. Michael, there's a huge skills gap when it comes to specialized fields like cybersecurity. And many people who go towards a degree don't realize that if they wait until graduation to start looking for a new role, they will certainly have a hard time. Finding an internship or even volunteer program while you're studying is absolutely critical. Also, being able to set up your own home lab and showcasing what you have done on your resume will make you stand out. Mic drop right there. Michael just nailed that. I mean, it's spot on. I couldn't have said that any better. It's truth. I'm gonna leave that up there because it's true. Mr. Stealthy Ninja, is there a way to get experience doing IT related skills at home without having IT as a job? Yes, home labs. So you can definitely search out on the YouTube for home labs. I have a video about home labs, like talking you through like why you need one, like how to do it. But VirtualBox, it's free. Just go like virtualbox.org, download VirtualBox. It will let you virtualize like every single operating system that's out there. You can install multiple VMs on your own machine. You could be spinning up Linux machines. You could be spinning up like servers, like Windows servers, et cetera, et cetera. You want to get into networking? There's like things like Packet Tracer. It's, again, free tool that you could download directly from Cisco, and it virtualizes like Cisco switches and routers. Huge. Like that's what you do. That's how you start building hands-on experience for yourself. And then you document like the things that you're doing. So even if it's setting up a server, like document the process of you setting up a server. Like you did XYZ when you set up the server. You set the, the IP address to this and configure the network like this. And then you set up like a DHCP server from there. And then you set up like, your domain controllers and yada, yada, yada. And this is the process that you went through to set them all that stuff up. And you documented like your naming schemes, and you documented like your IP schemes and all that fun stuff. And then post that out on the internet, post it on like a GitHub page, post it on your own personal website, post it on YouTube or Twitch or LinkedIn or wherever. Get yourself out there, get the things that you're doing out there. And then outside of that, like If you want to get like more hands-on experience, and then you want to make some money doing it, get out on like Facebook Marketplace and say, put out a thing like, I fix computers, or I'll fix your your keyboard, or replace your keyboards, or replace your like laptop screens. Or maybe like you want to try to work with small businesses, and you can try to figure out something there. There's like literally so many possibilities for that. So I hope that helps. God saves the memes. Best IT job you can acquire with a bachelor's degree, in my opinion. There's like a ton. Like a ton. I tell everybody, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you've done. Still, like no matter what, the best IT job that anybody can get into is an entry-level role. Now, people don't like hearing this. People, in fact, hate hearing this. And then people get upset because they're like, well, I can't take like an entry-level role because like it doesn't pay that much money. And of course, it depends on where you live. We won't get into that part of it. But people just get upset that I say like start off an entry-level role, start off in help desk. But honestly, you're going to get so much crap thrown your way in an entry-level role. Like you literally just get so much stuff thrown your way that you have to start learning. Like you're just you don't necessarily get thrown into the weeds, but it kind of feels that way. But it's important. It's a crucial part of like learning how an IT environment works, how a business environment works, because like whatever you learn in school, whatever you learn on a certification exam is going to be completely different once you step foot into a real world IT environment. In fact, like some of the things that you learn from a certification or from school, like they're going to tell you like in this new job, like forget everything that you know, because we're going to teach you how to do things the way that we do them. And then guess what? When you go to a new job, they're going to say the same thing. They'll be like, yo, forget everything that you learned about that job because we do things this way here. And then they're going to teach you how they do things that way. And those types of things are extremely important to advancing your career. It's very, very important that you not only have some fundamental knowledge of the technical skills, but also just how a business operates, like policies and procedures and all of that. Those things are extremely important to advancing your career. Like those are the things that you need to know to have higher level positions, because higher level positions require a lot more responsibility. And to have that responsibility, you need to understand like what these responsibilities entail and what types of policies and procedures are kind of surrounding these different things that you'll be doing, if that makes sense. So there's just a lot involved there. It's not like an easy thing. Yeah. Anyway, somebody's gonna be like, oh, to help us, man. But this is the truth, yo. It's like people who want to get into cybersecurity. Before I answer the super chat, people who want to get into cybersecurity, right? Like everybody hears it's amazing. Everybody hears like you make a bunch of money in cybersecurity, and there's like hundreds of thousands of millions of open jobs in cybersecurity. Yep. We have a ton of jobs open. There's a lot of money to be made in cybersecurity. But you can't just jump into cybersecurity. Like jumping into any position in cybersecurity often is very difficult. It's very, very difficult to do. You need to have some type of fundamental knowledge. And some people will be like, no, you don't need to have any type of fundamental knowledge. But how are you going to secure anything if you don't know the fundamentals of it? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So tell me I'm wrong. Tell me something different. Share your thoughts and opinions on that. But that's like how I see it. Anyway, JR, thank you very much for the super chat. You're saying thanks for the information. Hopefully you'll be seeing more of your innate questions. Ask away. Thank you very much for the super chat, though. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, that does my little tirade on whatever. Yeah, there's like security. Oh man. To be the best security professional you can be, learn the fundamentals of IT. Period. You'll be great. You'll be golden. People hate hearing that. Like, I think people, yeah, whatever. I won't go into. I won't get mad. I'm gonna be cool. Be straight. Be all right. Sorry. Now I'm reading through the chat. I don't know what your username is the only way to break out of a dead-end IT job is to get certs. Right now, you're a coordinator with expired certs and looking to get something that pays a lot more. I mean, it's not the only way, no. It's like, where do you want to go? Like, if you feel like you're in a dead-end job, do you just want to make like a lateral move into something that's going to be like a little bit better as far as like what you're doing? Do you want to advance your career? I guess I have so many questions to what you're saying here, but no, like it's not the only way, but it's a great way. Like it's such a great way. Like here's why. Like, right, if you're working in IT, let's say you're working in IT for 5 years, like in the same position for 5 years, even, right? Like, if you don't have anything to show for yourself on what you've done, like, why should anybody be taking a chance on you if you're not taking a chance on yourself to advance what you can do, right? I'm not saying you have to get certs by any means. They're going to be helpful and they're going to show that, hey, like, you're doing something to make yourself better. Like, what are you doing outside of that? Again, falls back to home labs and all that fun stuff, like in getting yourself involved in projects at work that are related to the areas of IT you want to be in, right? Like, that's how you get verifiable experience to help advance your career. But yeah, it's not the only way. It's not the only way. Brandon, you're back. What did you miss? You missed nothing. I don't know what you missed. Not plausible. How do you gain experience in cyber if you already have certs and a degree? Hack the Box, try Hack Me, home labs, volunteering, internships, going and venturing off out on your own. I hope that's all helpful, because that's all great advice right there. Ooh, Fernando, you're almost 40. Do you think you could change your profession to go into IT path and a job? Sure, absolutely. Like, age doesn't matter. I really like. I want to interview more people who and talk with more people who like are afraid of IT because they think that they're too old. You're not too old. You're never too old, ever. Like, that's not a thing. I guess I kind of get what where y'all are coming from, like, but yeah, no, you're never too old. Like, I hate that stigma. Like, that stigma is like, it sucks. If you are, it doesn't matter how old you are. Just, yeah, you're good. You want to do it, do it. You got this. Travis Walter, is the Security Plus just the fundamentals of IT security? Kind of. Security Plus is weird, man. That's one of those weird certs. Yeah, like, they're gonna ask you stuff about like floodlights and like fences around your perimeter and stuff that have nothing to do with IT. This makes it kind of weird, but like, yeah, Security Plus overall is like very fundamental security based, and it's probably, like, from my opinion, one of the most valuable certifications on the market right now. Like, right this very second, I think Security Plus is hot. Like, it just shows that you have some type of knowledge when it comes to, the security of your environment. So if you obtain that certification, like, you should, be aware of the things that, things to look out for. That's very important. Like, extremely important to understand how, different attack vectors work, and social engineering, of course. But hardening systems for sure, like 100% on that one. Yeah, there's just so much knowledge there that can be helpful for everybody in IT, even people who aren't in IT. Like, gosh, ridiculous. It's amazing. God save the memes. Was I ever overwhelmed in my first IT job? Yeah, for sure. For sure. My first IT job outside of consulting. Yeah. I remember having like a stack of tickets like that thick that was like my boss's secretary printed out. She's like, "Why do you have this many tickets?" And I was like, "Why am I the only person doing all of these tickets?" Because It was ridiculous. I was one person servicing like 6 different schools in a district, and I could not keep up. I was extremely overwhelmed, and I got paid dirt. Somebody asked me what my starting pay was. My starting pay at that job was like $9.83 an hour for IT support for an entire school district. This was like 15 years ago, so keep that in mind. Yeah, ridiculous. Franklin, you have the Microsoft Security Fundamentals. Will that hold you off until Security Plus? Yeah, that's fine. That's good. How does one volunteer for cyber? You reach out to everybody. Like, look out on all the different like forums or like job posting boards and see if there's any types of internships, volunteer work. Otherwise, you start reaching out, especially like if you want to volunteer, go out in your community and find all of the non-for-profit organizations and just call them, walk up to them, be like, yo, I want to be in this field. Do you guys need any help with anything? I can help you with some of your security within your organization as far as like your technical security. I'm trying to break this down in like very simple terms that people understand. And you can see if like anybody is interested, right? Yeah, LinkedIn, of course, is a great resource. It's better to get a certain CompTIA Cloud Plus or get a vendor-specific one like AWS. Yes, definitely get a vendor-specific one for sure. 100%. Like the Cloud Plus and Server Plus from CompTIA, I wouldn't even bother. Like I don't understand, but probably a conversation for another day, honestly. Roger Hunt, you scored a 625, 677 on the CompTIA A plus. You're so discouraged. It's all right. It's a learning experience, man. I failed my Security Plus the first time I took it. So no big deal. Learning experience. What about Linux Plus? I like Linux Plus, actually. It's probably an all right one. I mean, it's like, but again, like you can get Linux Plus or you can get like the LPIC, right? Or whatever the Linux Essentials one is. What is it? It's not LPIC. There's one before that. I don't know, but they're all right. I would say out of Linux Plus, Server Plus, Cloud Plus, Linux Plus is the best one. For sure. Do you have to get sponsored for security jobs? Sometimes you have to get sponsored for security jobs. What do I think about the Azure certs? I think the Azure certs are great. Anytime you have a Microsoft certification, it's going to be a good thing. Promise you that. Anyway, I have to leave. So we got like 30 more seconds. If you guys have any more questions, throw them in right now. But I just figured I'd do this quick kind of a lunchtime AMA type of thing because I teased everybody earlier. So, yeah, see what you got. Awaken, can you take OSCP after Security Plus and 1 year of experience and help desk? I mean, you can take the OSCP whenever you want. It's a very difficult exam though. So Security Plus and 1 year of experience on help desk, it's not like none of what you learned from help desk or the Security Plus is going like, okay, part of maybe like what you learned from the Security Plus would be helpful, but otherwise like yeah, two completely like different ends of the spectrum almost. Like OSCP is a big deal. It's not something that, you know, most people can just go and study and think that they can pass like easily or right away. Franklin, thank you very much for it's a super sticker. My goodness, thank you. Appreciate that. Roger Hunt, is there a link to find apprenticeships or internships in your local area? Just the Google it up. Get out on Indeed, get out on LinkedIn, Monster, whatever job searching sites. That's going to be your best bet. Are there any cyber internships that don't require you to be a recent grad or current student? I can't find any. Typically, no. Like those types of internships are very, very rare. Definitely much harder to find, but it's, you know, it's always a possibility. Anyway, thank you all for showing up for today's live stream. I hope you all have a great and amazing day. Remember, always be learning. It's a great thing to do. I hope you all take it easy. Have a great, well, what's today, Wednesday? Feels like Tuesday. Anyway, y'all have a great night. Great day. See ya.